In this video, we're going to go over the new information drop for Season 1 start in Skull and Bones. Let's get into it. Howdy Pirates, it is I, AustinBMX, coming at you with this week's patch notes and update news information for Skull and Bones Season 1. The start of Season 1 looks like it probably happens this afternoon, seeing that that's when the server usually restarts as far as like maintenance happens. So I'm betting for today at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, when the weekly reset happens, we should get the first look at Season 1. If we look at what's going to happen this week, we have Raging Tides starts, Raging Tides Season 1. The Skull and Bones first season, prepare to clash against new rivals as tensions rise in Raging Tides. Battle the vicious Philippe Le Peste and the Plague King and his fleet of Pestilence. This looks like it's a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of new gameplay, a lot of new adventures to go on to. Seasonal gameplay, the Plague Bringers, the fleet of Pestilence advance guard will spawn through the world. That sounds pretty crazy. There's going to be a whole bunch of world events. Defeat them to obtain Plague Bringers captains' heads. As you sink more Plague Bringers ships, you progressively anger the fleet of presence. I wonder if we're working together as a community, and the faster we do all this stuff, the faster the larger world events will come, possibly. Past a certain hostility level, they might just send a mighty foe after you, or maybe it's just us. Maybe it's just a alert level. It's up to you to sink them and collect the rare item they carry. Kingpin bounties. Starting week 2, which is March 5th through the 26th, we will have the Jaws of Retribution, introducing 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐚, and then also starting week 5, which is March 26th through April 16th, which I imagine is the end of Season 1, possibly there. We have Anguish from the Abyss, the Road Mangalodon. That thing looks pretty scary there, as you can see out of that picture. It looks like it's a little larger than the current sea monster in the game, and it looks a little vicious. We have seasonal contracts to check out as well. 3 unique contracts: the African Element, the Punishing Plague, and the Encroaching Epidemic. Complete these contracts to receive the seasonal vanities from your captain and your ship. So we got some unlocks that way. We have 1 repeatable contract, Peste Control, all these dang French words. Deliver 2 Plague Bringer captain heads to Robin Blackwood to earn silver and White Skull Gin. So we have 4 new contracts, it looks like. 3 of them we can do once to get special unlocks, and then 1 we have repeatable that we can do to earn some silver and some gin. We have the Smuggler Pass. That's the name of the seasonal pass. It's called the Smuggler Pass. A mysterious messenger has arrived at the docks of St. Anne, bringing with him brand new blueprints from foreign lands. While we won't trade for gold, you can compete challenges to get your hands on them. Okay, we got special blueprints and whatnot. We have the Carronade, a revolutionary lightweight cannon. The advanced design boosts power, accuracy, and low recoil as the expense of range. Okay, so it's short range, but it has a high power, high accuracy, and low recoil. Hopefully it reloads really fast as well then. We have the Wailing Ward. The Wailing Ward, engineered by Le Peste's colonies. Its surface is coated to be resistant to their own toxic arsenal. Okay, so that looks like it's probably an armor that is good against this foe. So we'll be watching for that as well. Le Peste Schematics 1. That sounds like probably a piece of furniture. Increases damage to weak points to enemy ships by 10%. Ooh. reveals weak points on the fleet of Pestilence. So hopefully that works out for everybody. I love going for the weak points, as everybody should, right? And that increases your damage to those weak points by 10%. That's great. There are quite a lot of updates and bug fixes and whatnot in the game coming as well. We'll go through a little bit of them, and then we'll have this linked in the notes as well down in the description. We do have updated gameplay information for the legendary heist. The heist ambushers will exhibit more threatening behaviors to players that have obtained the helm-coded loot. Ambushers will spawn more frequently. More ambushers will spawn each time during the legendary heist. That is a co-op event with the helm. Also in Hostile Takeover, which is the PvP event, increase the participation capacity of allowing factories during a hostile takeover opportunity. Okay, so more people can join. Coast of Africa, looks like they've added some hostile takeovers to some current little areas. Also in the Red Isle as well. Looks like they just added more. They added a bunch more of those hostile takeover areas to pop up. We have ship perks. The ship perks, they adjusted the Lancer perk available on the Badar to reduce the flooding status effect damage. I'm not sure what that. I think that's that's a small ship. I think that might be the one that I actually had for a little while. The Badar. It says the Badar's flooding effect was incorrectly dealing damage against ships that were higher in ship rank. We have added a ship rank adjustment to adjust those status effects. Okay, that's a confusing one. Also for the ship ranks, the ship rank max cap has been increased from 11 to 12. Ooh, I bet my ship's a level 12. How about yours? For ship equipment, we got a few adjustments there. The gear scores for the following epic tiered equipment have been adjusted. The Cannonade increased by 9%. Blue Spectre increased by 9%. Darnadella's gun increased by 18%. The Twin Winch Ballista increased by 18%. I'm a little salty on that one. I want that so bad, but for some reason I haven't got any of my Sovereigns yet, even though I should have got like 400 last week. We have the Le Fleur increased by 5%. The Wrathful Ward increased by 5%. The Black Prince increased by 5%. On some contracts, Unwelcome Aboard, we got the Skirmish spawn rate has been reduced. World events, the Colonial Ship World event invite condition to Infinity Tier 9. Without they lowered the you get those world events. Is that more or less? I'm not sure. They should have put that in the notes here. Is that more people going to be getting those or not? I'm not sure. Captain's logbook. When performing a view in map from a contract giver, the logbook tabs are now disabled, and the player can only be in the map tab. To help out a little bit, actually. I actually hit those buttons a lot on accident. As I said, there's quite a lot of other stuff as well. A lot of little gameplay changes, some changes to specific contracts, specific things with the helm. I would advise everyone to jump in here and read all these. We're not going to go through them in this video, though, because it's already, getting pretty long, and I just want to go through all this stuff here. They do have a little graphical fixes, a lot of network fixes. Hopefully, we got some fixes with a few of the interruptions and disrupts. Got a lot of little UI fixes as well. I've seen a couple things in here that I've actually had issues with. Doesn't look like there's any major issue or major fixes to a couple of the big things. As far as like VoIP or any in-game communication, I imagine that they would make that a pretty large bug fix announcement there, as well as bring back the helm death warrant thing. That looks like it's probably still a bug as well. These are all pretty small little. There's lots of little bugs as well, which a lot of games have, and it's good that they're in there working on them. So that's all we got for today, guys. I believe that the update probably is going to come today at the end of the week. You can watch that in your helm if you have access to that when the weekly information is going to be bad. We'll be streaming then as well, so make sure you're subscribed here on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. We also stream on Facebook, Kick, and over on the X as well, so make sure you're following in all those platforms. We hope to see you on the 7 Seas sometimes, but until then, see you later.